Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your bonus read for Saturday the 22nd. I really found that last time I just was better off just reading and then titling the video when I'm finished, once I understand what it's all about, because I just let Spirit lead the way. And give the messages obviously to the people that need them the most. So those are the messages I expect to come through. The Justice card's just flown out here. So this may be a very karmic time for a lot of people. There's a give and take here. It could be a time when you're going through legal things as well, but definitely feels like a karma one. But we'll see how we're going. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my videos, whether you subscribed or not. I'm still grateful that I'm being viewed by so many wonderful people. It's just amazing. If you've subscribed and you're returning, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't yet, I'd love to have you on board. Okay, cards are ready. Okay. All right, very, very nice. How funny, we get the Justice card out and I talk about karma and said I feel that's what it's in relation to. And then I get the Wheel of Fortune and it wants to show me the card behind too, which is the Nine of Swords. So I figure from just looking at these and obviously the Justice card that came out before, there's a lot of people here dealing with karmic situations, maybe karmic relationships, you know, times of where they're dealing with perhaps getting rid of karma. It's been a very incredibly enlightening year for many of us, you know, dealing with our past issues, you know, family issues, partners, whatever. I know that I've seen it in a lot of my readings, a lot of people doing growth, like huge growth at the moment. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about the wheel turning in your favor now. So if you've been feeling stuck, bogged down, unable to move forward, the world sort of seems like it's stopped on you or it's going really slow. I always think, you know, when I'm doing readings for people, they often show me, you know, walking in really thick mires and muds and mud. You know, that, you know, it's just really hard to get out of, and it's just, you know, you're plodding away and you're sort of walking for ages and going nowhere. So it's that sort of feeling here that's going to change. So if you've been going through that, things are changing for you, which is really nice. There's nothing worse than being in that non-period. Look, I mean, the universe puts us in that, you know, that hanged man state, the hermit state, because we need to make changes. It's just that I think with all the planetary movement and everything that's been going on, the huge growth we've had in the spiritual world, that a lot of people have been in that waiting room. So let's see what's happening. Okay, so the first card we get out is the Star. And again, I said healing and I've got the Star. So I know that I'm always in tune with Spirit when those things start happening. So the Star does talk about healing. It talks about us being able to take time out and just make sure that we're, you know, working in the best of our, I suppose, integrity. You know, we're working with our intuition. We're doing all the things we're supposed to be doing. The Star can also talk about a wish coming true. It can be a card of Aquarius too. So you see that the water bearer is in the card. So this particular card usually comes at a time when we're waiting for something to manifest, and it's a sign that things are manifesting. So that's lovely to get that card out. It's very interesting though that we've had the Justice, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Star, because they're all very, very karmically aligned cards. So something is going on for people out there where something's about to shift for everyone. And I saw it very, very much in the daily reading where, which I just did, where we're having these epiphany moments, these wake-up calls, these things happening now. We seem to be slowly, you know, waking up to understanding how the world works, understanding our place in the world, our role, our paths. So it's very, very interesting. I'm loving it. Okay, and then we have the Four of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles tells us not to hang on to things. It can be about being stingy with money and hanging on to money. I'm just going to turn the camera around a fraction. But it also talks about hanging on. So it can be about hanging on to your past. It can be hanging on to ideas that you've outgrown. In this card, because it's the After Tarot by Julia Massaglia, this guy here is like, you know, the harbinger of death. So, you know, he's waiting behind. So I think the message here is that you can't hang on to this till you die. Like, it's pointless. You've got to learn to let things go. So whether that's money, thoughts, feelings, ideas, it's time to let them go. And that may be part of this healing thing you're going through too. Letting go of old thoughts, old feelings, ideals, cycles, all those sort of things. Okay, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. This one came out in the daytime read too. So the Two of Pentacles, you know, as a person, you can see he's got his ships coming in here. He's balancing up two ideals. He's often with this card, you can see he's got the 8 here, which is the sign of infinity. He's keeping going with these. You can't stay in this. You can't stay in this moment. Sooner or later, you've got to, you know, stop balancing these and make a choice or decision. And I feel like with this, you know, Four of Pentacles here, you know, you can't stay stuck in this environment. You've got to move on. So somehow or another, the universe is taking you through some sort of healing, so that you can move on with your life. So the universe is offering you something to make you change your views. And here we move to the Three of Pentacles. That's very interesting. So we've gone 4, 2, and 3. So not sure yet what sort of reading this is, because it's not really showing love and it's not really showing work, but it's talking about your, I guess, your capacity to understand your greater place in the world. They're taking you through a process here of healing to bring you into awareness here. The Three of Pentacles talks about working on things and bringing things to fruition. And I very much feel that this is where this is. It's also a very spiritual card. So it's almost like you're moving to this place of spirituality. Maybe you've not been a person who's believed in this spiritual the spiritual world so much, and things are happening now and you're starting to understand there's more to what people told you, or you know, you're learning for yourself how the universe works, and it seems to me that you're moving towards that now. Yeah, because you're giving yourself a brand new start here. So you're becoming awakened or enlightened in this process. I love it, because it's saying to you that you've worked off your karma, no matter how hard it's taken to do that. You know, we saw that in the Justice card flying out. We see it in the Wheel of Fortune as well. I feel like this has been a really tough process for some people though, because of the Nine of Swords turning up with that sort of sleepless nights thing, the insomnia thing. If everybody's like me and wakes at 3 o'clock in the morning, I would say to people I have absolutely no trouble falling asleep, but I can't seem to sleep much past 3 or 4 o'clock. And it doesn't matter, I can go to bed at midnight and I still only sleep till then. So we're talking about a new start for you here, and it feels to me like you're being given the opportunity to start thinking about things differently. It's like you're being brought to this realization that, you know, things are very different to what you once thought they were. Maybe you've had this huge epiphany, maybe you've it's really strange, because it feels like to me a continuation of the What's Cracking for Saturday reading. It's almost like you've brought yourself into this new realization, and now you're starting out in the world with a completely different mindset. And here you are planting seeds for the future now. So there's a lot of pentacles here, and you could think of it as a money reading, but quite frankly, it doesn't feel like a money reading. To me, it's an understanding of how you manifest. It's understanding how you bring things into life. An understanding that you can't do that unless you're spiritually awoken. You can't create abundance and wealth if you're not working from the spiritual plane. You know, the law of I've gone completely blank. You can't manifest unless you're in the right place. So you've got to be vibrating at the right level. The law of attraction was what I was thinking about. Okay, and the next card is the Sun. Fantastic. So what it's saying to me here is that you've nearly reached this level. You're now vibrating at a very high level here. It's like whatever you've been trying to manifest, you've put in the work. That's what I like to see. There's a feeling here that you understand that in order for the universe to go in your favor or work with you, you've got to be in tune with the universe. And I think through your healing, you've had some sort of spiritual awakening that's brought you to this realization. The Sun brings in joy, and it's the giver of life. It's the creator, brings things to life. It nourishes things. Beautiful card. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Cups. Now, this could be that you've had a little bit of confusion around this. Maybe some of this stuff's happened to you quite quickly. You haven't, you know, maybe got your head around it yet. sometimes when we start to sort of awaken and we have that manifesting, the world does look very different to us. You know, we go outside and all of a sudden the trees are brighter and the flowers are brighter, and people, you start to see different things in people that you've not seen before. So maybe there's some confusion here as well, in learning to sort of see the world through new eyes. Wow, someone's had a massive awakening here. Okay, and then we have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles can be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but to me in this card, it's feeling like maybe this is you, this is your energy, because it's almost like you've come to this very grounded, calm, understanding place where you're standing in your true power now. And definitely feels like it's your energy. It's very beautiful. So if you're not an earth sign, it could be representing you as the earth sign, but I feel like it's more about, you know, you have this sort of like appreciation of nature. Look, you know, and animals. All of a sudden everything looks different to you here. It's a very, like, you look in his face. He's very, it's almost like he's gone into prayer. And look at this. You've become, it's like you've taken yourself to this place where you're so calm and so content with what's going on in the world. Maybe you've not known this calmness before. Maybe you've started meditating and understood what it's like to be in silence and unmoving, still. Meditation, mindfulness, quiet, calm. Because I feel like this is where you are now. It's like you're not going to be affected by things. You've taken control of your own destiny, of your own path. It's beautiful, guys. It's a really nice reading. I'm not even going to put an oracle card on that because I think that really stands. It's just a beautiful reading. It just stands by itself. So I don't know how many of you are going through this awakening at the moment, but it's a wonderful thing to really get where your place is in the world. All right, much love. Thanks.